Once upon a time, in the heart of a magical forest, where butterflies danced with the breeze and flowers giggled in the sun, little Masha was on her usual morning adventure. She twirled, skipped, and sang as the trees waved hello. But then she heard something. Ba, ba. Masha stopped. Her eyes grew wide. Was that a lamb? She tiptoed through the tall grass, parting the bushes gently. And there, right in the middle of a patch of daisies, sat the fluffiest, tiniest baby lamb she had ever seen. The lamb's ears drooped, and its nose wiggled as it looked up at Masha with curious eyes. "Oh, you're a baby," Masha gasped, rushing forward. "Where did you come from, little one?" The lamb blinked and let out a soft baa. Masha gently picked her up and cuddled her close. "I think I'll call you Lala," she said with a giggle, "because you sound like a lullaby." Just then, Bear arrived with a basket full of warm blankets and fresh strawberries. "Masha, what have you found now?" he grumbled kindly, already guessing the answer. "It's a baby lamb, Bear. Her name is Lala, and she needs a bed and cookies and hugs and songs and stories and—" Bear smiled and nodded, already starting to gather hay and flowers to build a cozy crib. Together, they made a soft little bed under the shade of a tree. Birds came down to see, butterflies floated by, and even the sun seemed to shine just a little warmer. That night, Masha wrapped Lala in a tiny scarf and rocked her gently as Bear strummed a lullaby on his forest-made instrument. "Sleep, little Lala, dream of clouds and stars," Masha sang. "Dream of rainbows and honey jars." Lala's eyes fluttered, and she fell asleep with a sleepy smile. The next morning, Lala tried to walk, but oh no! Her legs wobbled and wiggled, and she flopped down with a little puff of dust. Masha clapped and laughed. "Try again, you can do it." And she did. Slowly but surely, Lala began to walk, then trot, then boing! She leapt right over a stick. Bear was so proud he even did a little happy dance. As Lala grew, so did her spirit. She loved playing hide and seek, but she always hid in the same place, right behind Bear's big belly. Masha would pretend to be surprised every time. Is Lala behind the bush? Nope. Under the rock? Nope. Aha! Bear belly! Lala would squeal with joy, and Bear would shake his head, trying not to laugh. They shared everything: walks under the stars, sweet strawberry picnics, and bubble-blowing afternoons by the river. Masha taught Lala to hum tunes, and Bear taught her how to catch falling leaves. But one day, something amazing happened. Lala jumped over a big log all by herself. Everyone in the forest cheered. Masha threw her arms in the air. "It's time for a party," she declared. There were balloons and cake and a banner that said Lala is growing up. All their forest friends came. Bunny brought a bouquet, Owl gave a tiny book, and Squirrel baked nut muffins shaped like stars. After the party, they lay in the grass, looking at the clouds. "Look," said Lala, pointing. "That cloud looks like you, Masha." "And that one," Bear chuckled, "looks like a sleepy lamb." As the stars peeked out and fireflies blinked their bedtime glows, Masha turned to the screen. "Do you want to sing Lala's lullaby with us?" She held out a pretend microphone, waiting. "Ready? 1, 2, 3. Together they sang, "La la lamb, close your eyes in the forest under skies. Dream of hugs and strawberry pies, of gentle love that never dies." Lala yawned and curled up between her two best friends. Masha whispered softly, "You're growing so fast, little Lala. But no matter how big you get, you'll always be our baby." And as the wind rocked the trees like a cradle and the stars sang their silent song, Lala fell asleep. And so, in a forest where lullabies float in the air and love grows like wildflowers, our sweet little Lala lived happily and dreamily ever after. Shh. Sweet dreams.